teacher voice came out. Someone just got fired. So, the process and procedures. There are a couple moving parts. So I just, again, like I said in the beginning, I really just want to make sure we have a very clear idea of the process of the procedures, because I think that any of the frustration that came up from the last time we did it was just, lack of clarity on the exact next steps. So we're just going to be very, very explicit, very clear on what you have in front of you, what you have to work with, what needs to be accomplished for the deliverables, and then deadlines and all of that stuff. So you're going to have the laptop and the materials in front of you, but I would just really encourage you to stay tuned in for just a few more minutes. We'll get through the process and procedure, and then we'll let you get to work. All right. So our workshop materials for today, the things I'm going to be covering is you have, and I'll show you exactly where, the copy of the deliverable instructions. So this lays out, exactly what needs to happen. I'm covering that content here, but it's a one-page document Pamela created. That's exactly the deliverables that we need from you. This is how we get our work done this semester. You're going to talk about deliverable 1, which is the program curriculum map for each program. Then I'm going to cover deliverable number 2, which is a general education outcomes map for each department. And then I'll cover the resources that you have available to you. All right. And this is, again, everything I'm covering here, you are going to have in front of you. So deliverable 1, our program level curriculum map. So the requirement, and just to be clear, is 1 program curriculum map for each program that you're assigned to. So reflecting on the fall, if you created program level learning outcomes, you are then going to create 1 program level map for each of those programs, right? That's your first deliverable. The resources that you have in front of you, I picked on Beth, and she wasn't going to be here, she was ATV. So the resources that you have, when you put the USB drive in and you see your workshop materials, this is, again, all created by the wonderful and amazing Pamela Perry, so it is laid out impeccably. So yeah, huge round of applause in just a moment for her when you guys see what she did. So you're going to see your school, right? So for example, for Beth, arts and science department, so hers is math, and then you're going to see your name, right? So then you'll click on Beth Dunn, and then within that is going to be the program, so mathematics. So when you click into that level of your program, you are going to see deliverable 1, which is your program level curriculum map, and it is pre-filled in with program outcomes and your program specific courses. So it has all of the program information on top, your program level outcomes that you submitted last semester. She pulled that from those curriculum forms, and then all of your program specific courses. Now, I'm going to say this with also recognition that our portal was down, right? So this is Pamela's doing all of this while the portal's down and single-handed. So big applause.
She's a model.
Yeah, she's amazing. But with that being said, right, double check, okay?
Please double check.
She's amazing, but she's not perfect as much as I think she is. So, please double check those materials as you're working through. There may be some places, right? There might be a mistake or a typo there with your any of your program outcomes, right? So double check. You have all the materials to double check. We gave you all of those, so please just take a look at your program description. Everything's correct. Your courses, make sure they're all there, right? Make sure we're not missing any, and then your program outcomes. Please just take a second to review those. She's close to perfect, but not quite. So just double check, make sure. Now, the additional documents that you'll have, you will have in that folder your curriculum proposal form with your outcomes. Again, Pamela has put those into the form, but if you want to double check the curriculum proposal page that you submitted last semester, that's also included in your folder. So it should be right there. You can double check them there. The workshop binder, you open the PDF, the workshop binder at the program level, on the left-hand side, if you're familiar with bookmarked PDFs, click on the little icon that looks like a bookmark. It's almost like a table of contents that will pull up on the left-hand side. You will see your catalog page and all of your course outlines that are bookmarked. So if you want to double check all of your courses, right, they're all there for you. So as you are making those connections, you're taking a look at your courses, you'll want to dig into your course outcomes. Take a look at those, they're all provided in that PDF, and then you can make the links to your program outcomes, right? Are there any questions on this piece? So again, deliverable 1, it's the program level is school, department, name, program. You'll have the template pre-filled in, and then you'll have those additional documents to support you. So this is what it's going to look like. So this is an example of Beth. All of her program information is included at the top. So we have math, it's an AS or program code. And then again in the top, I mentioned this earlier, but I want to be explicit about this. It is a 3-year cycle unless an outside accreditor dictates otherwise, right? So the default is 3 years. Unless you know for your program, that's going to be on a 1 or 2-year cycle, a little bit faster for your own accreditation purposes. All of your outcomes are pre-filled in there. Again, those came directly from what we did last semester. And then all your courses are listed out on the left-hand side. Again, double check, make sure that all of your courses are there, but they should be all filled in for you. So as you look at this page, again, look at your course outlines that are provided in the PDF, and then you're going to be linking those with an I, a D, or an M to your program outcomes. So again, back to kind of that philosophical, right, the theoretical piece, where are students learning what we say they're learning as a result of our program, right? Any questions on this piece? I'll quick go over our instructions. So pull those documents up, double check the program information, the outcomes of the courses listed, map courses to program outcomes using I, D, or M. In the case that there are multiple, put the I, comma, D, or D, comma, M, or I, comma, D, comma, M, right? Put them all in that cell.
And I can do several program outcomes, correct?
Yes, so courses must be mapped to at least one program outcome. Courses may be mapped to more than one program outcome. And again, that is that deeper thinking of, is this introduced? Do I touch on that in this course? Do I develop it in this course? Or am I really expecting a level of mastery from this course? And these are the documents we're going to reflect on when it starts to come time to create assessments for those to assess whether students are learning what we say they're learning. So that's kind of where that deeper reflection is. Is this introduced? Is it touched on? Is it developed? Is it mastered? Yes, Antig.
If the outcome specifically talks about something that's not even covered in a particular topic, you're not going to have an outcome in there of that particular, you're not going to have a reference of that outcome in there.
Okay, say that again.
Okay. Specifically, I've got an outcome that says generate 3D CAD models with isometric drawings. That's not covered in 110 at all.
But is there another course that it is? Yes, so you map it to that course.
Right, so there won't be anything in that box for the 110 class. There won't be an I, a D, or an M.
So for example,
I got the impression that you said something's got to be in every box.
no, absolutely not. Do not hear that from me. Okay, let's clarify.
I heard that.
So for Math 101,
Horribly.
you are, do not hear that from me. So for math course, it could be 1, it could be 2, could be 3 of these program learning outcomes. There needs to be, or there should be, for each course, at least some alignment to the program level learning outcomes.
Right, but a course may not have all 4, 5,
Correct.
6, 7, whatever.
Correct. Courses must be mapped to one program learning outcome. Courses may be mapped to more than one.
Got it.
Yes? Ruth?
We have a special topics in psychology. Who knows what that would be? So
Yeah.
do we just leave that blank, or do we just kind of guess?
Yeah, I think we're going to need some kind of designation for if there are not particular, are there particular outcome or what's on the course outline for that topic?
you know, by the chair and, like one time we did like psychology and movies.
Yeah, because it's changing, right? It's
Yeah,
variable.
Yeah,
I might have to think about that, right? I think yeah. So I would say maybe leave that blank for now. Because right, there's no definitive outcome.
Sometimes like, well,
Yeah.
there's a special something going on.
Yeah, I would maybe leave that blank for now.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. I want it listed because I want to know that it's there, but maybe leave that blank. Yeah, something to think about. Okay. Do I have all you guys? All right.
Real quick, the whole room starting to slide down.
Yeah. We gave you laptops. This is a teacher mistake.
You guys are working, right? These are two discrete portions of today's agenda, right? We are not in the working part now. You are working, we're not listening. I feel like I'm sick so bad.
I know, we're rookie teachers. We gave them laptops before we wanted them to work. Right. All right, so general education courses, right, do not need to be mapped to course outcomes. So when you are looking at this, it's only going to be your program specific. Again, I'll give that example. I don't want necessarily, right, someone else who's not in the math department looking at Math 101 and determining them. So if in your program, for your degree program, your students have to take Math 101, Beth is going to map that class, right? You are not going to map that course. So you will only see your department, your program, your program's course this year. Make sense? Okay? So this form, right, you are responsible for your program that you have come here to do, right? So the one that you wrote outcomes for, that is your assignment. You are responsible for your program. Email me this completed form by Friday, March 1st. Okay? So Friday, March 1st is the deadline. Email me this completed form, right? Just like a student, if you run into issues, you need help, reach out to Christopher and I. We're here till 2:30 to support you in the day. Okay? Now, let's talk about deliverable 2, and this is where I do actually, I need everyone to pay attention, right? Because this is where it gets a little, there's some moving pieces, right? So program, in your folder, under your name, you have it, you own it. The gen ed outcomes get a little bit, right, there's a couple more moving pieces, so I want to make sure we're very clear on this. The requirement is that we complete one gen ed curriculum map for each department. Because of how some of our departments and programs function, a lot of you guys share courses. For a lot across all of us, it was not easy to delineate, right, who does that work, so we are leaving that up to you. For each department, you will be filling out one gen ed map with a list of all of your courses. If you are the only person in your department, for example, Beth, she's owning that and she's doing all of those. But for some of you, you share courses, and so you'll be working with your colleagues to fill out this gen ed map. I want to be clear on this because this is getting recorded too. Some of our colleagues are not present in this room today, and so it will take a little bit of coordination, right? It's your immediate colleagues, it's people who are in your department, but some coordination to fill that out and get that to us. Okay, thankfully a lot of the department chairs and coordinators are in the room or a part of this work, but just know it's going to take a little bit of coordination to do that. I hope it didn't just break my. All right, so the requirement, one gen ed curriculum map for each department. So automotive, I picked on you guys. So in your resources, what you have is in your folder, you click on your area, right, the business and technology, and then you choose automotive. Before you go into your name, right, so before you go down into, let's say, Stu Sakura, at that automotive level, you're going to have your deliverable 2, which is your general education outcomes curriculum map. So that's going to be shared by all of you guys in auto. So when you open it up, you will see pre-filled in general education outcomes in all of your program-specific courses. So you will work as a team to complete that map, okay? You can divide up the work how you want, right, but you will be doing that as well. Same thing for some of them. I think for the most part, it's business and technology and health careers that this applies to, okay? The additional documents at that level, at that department level. So again, like in the automotive folder, before you get into your names, you will also see a gen ed outcome workshop binder. Bookmark, it has every single course. So when you guys are ready to take a look at your gen ed outcome, you can open up that binder, see every single course in the department, and work to fill out your gen ed outcomes map.
And course outline.
Okay. All the course outlines.
Okay.
Yeah, right, Pamela, another round of applause for her. Yeah. A bookmark, again, make sure you guys don't be scrolling up and down, open up the bookmark icon, it's like a table of contents, click on the course outline line that you want, and you'll be able to see it right there, okay? Let me show you an example, right? Again, I picked on you. This is what you guys are gonna see. All of your department information already filled out, a list of the gen ed outcomes, and a list of all the automotive courses. Again, because you guys share those, we listed them all out here, and you will be responsible for filling in I's, D's, or F's. We are not doing X's today, right? No X's. I's, D's, or M's for the general education outcomes. Here are your instructions, right? Double check that program information and course listed. Make sure all of your courses are there, right? Again, there may be some mistakes, so make sure. Each department specific course should be mapped with one general education outcome, I, D, or F. Courses should be mapped to one general education outcome. Courses may be mapped to more than one general education outcome, okay? Emphasize that. Should be mapped to at least one general education outcome, may be mapped to more than one. All of these instructions are in those deliverable instructions, right? So you're gonna have all of these in front of you. Again, the program assessment plan developers must work cooperatively to complete the gen ed map for each department area. You're the only person in your department, you're owning it, turning it in. If you have colleagues in the department, you're working collaboratively to fill that out, okay? Completed form to me, my email address by Friday, March 1st. Health careers, you guys are always a little unique, right? For you guys, special. So quick aside for you guys, you have an extra layer. So you have program for individually, right, that you are all owning. You're gonna fill that out. You also have a shared one because we have some funky allied health courses that you guys all share, but there's not necessarily one person or a program that's owning it. So you will have your program level, you'll have your gen ed level, and then you will also, kind of that top level, have one with a few courses that you're gonna share. All right, ooh, exciting.
I didn't know.
We can talk about that, we can dive in. I want to take up everyone's time, but just know there's an extra layer for you guys, and we're leaving, we couldn't just, we can't decide who's got the ownership of that content, so we're gonna work collaboratively together to do. So we can have a side conversation with you guys.
Yeah, because you can't
Okay?
expect somebody to do that without.
Side conversation with you guys, okay?
I don't have
All
it.
right, so, next steps really quickly, this is it, we're letting you go, you're gonna work, okay? Next steps, complete as many curriculum maps as possible before 2:30, right? We're here, we're in the room, we're here to ask questions, let's accomplish as much as we can today. The deadline's March 1st, so just to give you a little bit of a preview, right? Assessment committee is gonna review the curriculum maps, return them to you by Friday, March 15th. It's gonna be, right, we're not gonna be able to nitpick of, are you really introducing, are you really developing, but it's gonna be general, just kind of reviewing, making sure everything looks good, right? And that, again, these are not necessarily supposed to be perfect. If there are some gaps, truly, maybe there's some questions, you go back and talk to your colleagues, right? We can absolutely have that dialogue and have that conversation. We'll give you any revisions or kind of help answer any of those questions by Friday, or by Friday, March 15th, and then any revisions, right, as we have that dialogue, have that conversation, are due by Friday, March 22nd. Just to give you guys a preview of where this work is going, right, so it's not just filling it out and then where does it go. The academic assessment committee is going to be working with the curriculum committee, because this is very much so still curriculum work, right, aligning curriculum. We'll work together to store the curriculum maps. We want to be, transparent. We want to be able to see them, use them, right? Have conversations about them. So we're going to be working to store them in the portal by the end of the spring semester. So we really envision this becoming like an addendum, right, to the curriculum proposal form. And as you do updates to your program outcomes, as you do updates to your curriculum, you'll be updating these maps as well, right? So these will kind of start to work in tandem with the curriculum proposal forms to make sure they're updated, make sure they're accessible, all of your faculty can see them, okay? Yes?
But I think also you have to think when you do these maps, that the next step will be showing that you are doing something to assess this in your class. So it's easy to go through, from somebody who's done it, easy to go through and put introduce, but you are gonna have to show down the road, what are you doing to introduce this idea? So when you do it, that's just a thought for everyone when you're doing it, that you really have to think about, I'm putting this here introduced, but what am I doing to demonstrate that this is being introduced, just when you're doing it, just as a thought.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you got problems.
Right, thinking deeply about, again, it's not prescribed what makes it introduced, what makes it developed or mastered, but that's us as faculty and content area expertise thinking deeply about what that looks like. Okay? All right, we're starting to disperse. I want to make sure that we are all clear on this. The deadlines, the steps, right? Next steps. Are we clear? Do you have any lingering questions that would be beneficial for the group before we go? Yeah.
Lauren, would you be able to possibly email that PowerPoint because it's all the steps?
Yes. So I can email. It would be helpful. I can email it all to you right now. The other thing I'm going to do is that there's going to be an email going out to the entire group because again, some of us are not here. So an email going out to my listserv that's going to have instructions on how to access this recording. It's going to be in the CT Blackboard shell, just like all the other ones if you had to catch up on content before. I'll include my PowerPoint so you can quickly look through it. And then I will also include all of the workshop materials that you guys are getting. I'm going to put them online so everyone on the Blackboard shell so everyone can access them as well. Okay? Thank you. So yeah, I'm going to work on that as soon as we kind of get some questions answered here. I'll work on getting everything in the Blackboard shell so you can access it. Okay? Also, just so you know, I ripped all of Pamela's content from the deliverable instructions. So everything that's on these PowerPoint slides is in your folder under deliverable instructions. So if you want a one-page PDF that you have immediate access to right now, look in your folder, look for the deliverable instructions, and they are right there. Okay? Yes?
22nd
Monday, the 20th.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I know, I'll be on the beach drinking.
Good for you. I'm jealous. That's your punishment. Monday. Yeah. I don't anticipate many people getting to this steps. I anticipate most of it being done by But again, I think almost everything will be done. Yeah. Can I is it applicable to everyone? Okay. All right, guys. With that being said, go ahead. Right, we're gonna have lunch in a little bit. Christopher and I and Pamela are about to answer questions. Thank you all so much for your work today, and I look forward to taking it in. Thank you.
Hey, hang on a minute.